Eat donuts. Happy New Year!
Welcome to the Dolls and Donuts podcast, episode 15. In addition to our usual segments, we're excited to have an interview with a vegan makeup artist. Ooh, we're going all makeup-y in the last couple months.
Yeah, which is hilarious
Because
we're not vegan people.
And I don't think either of us are wearing makeup today.
No, we don't really participate, but we want everybody else.
I mean, I usually wear makeup, but today I was like, fuck it. And I
you were like, I'm only seeing Robin. I don't need to look good for her.
Yeah, and yesterday I wore lipstick, so I feel like now I've earned like 3 non-makeup days.
Oh, that's how it works?
So maybe this girl can help us because we obviously need it.
So you recently took a trip.
I did, and listening back to the last episode, I could hear the apprehension, and listen to the apprehension because I was pretty clear about, like, kind of like nervous about the trip, and rightfully so because it wasn't an amazing trip. So you only want to hear about the good stuff, but if you go to my blog, it's up now, theveganadventure.com, and you can read all about it, all the good stuff and the bad stuff. So I don't hold anything back because you need to know the good stuff and the bad stuff.
Nice.
I'm pretty honest about it. So you can read all about it there.
All right. And now it's time for Ask Ashley.
That's me.
So Ashley, what's up with the animals?
So we're back to 3 stories this month. And they're all good, I would say. Yay. Good if you're a vegan. The first one is from the Huffington Post, and the title is New Non-Graphic Video Shows Heartbreaking Truth About Dairy. And this is interesting because, one, kind of 2 things. The non-graphic, side of it. Because a lot of people, and it's hard for me to, get the, watch the graphic stuff. Even I'm already vegan. There's no real, guilt involved in it. I'm, as much as I can, I am not participating in what I'm seeing.
Same.
But it's so hard to see. And I think while it has a place, it is, in my mind, is not the most ideal way to bring people to an understanding of what's happening. It has its place because the lack of knowing that happens is how you just go on and do whatever you want, So it has its place, but I think the non-graphic route has also a huge place in kind of bringing people into what's happening. So I think this strikes a good balance because while it's a video, as I said, and while in some of the images I felt are disturbing, they're not graphic. There's no slaughter or anything like that. But it does get across how bad dairy is. And it does it from an interesting perspective, a perspective that I've always found interesting. And that's the mother-child bond.
Oh, that's good.
Which I've always found so interesting that if you don't know something, you don't know something. And I've always done that. If people don't know what's happening, I don't blame them for not knowing. I really don't blame them for making changes because you don't know. Mm-hmm. I didn't know in a previous life, and that's just the way it was. But if you do know, I feel like if you are exposed to these things, you understand where your dairy comes from in reality, not what's on the cover of your milk carton, I don't understand how a mother can kind of just be okay with the dairy industry. The whole dairy industry is based on tearing apart the mother-child bond. Mm-hmm. That's the way it works. There's no way around it. That's the only way that the dairy industry works. So this video has, it's the actual video in it is just like a baby being born and it's kind of being with its mother for a little bit, it being taken from its mother, it being put in the basically it's going to veal, so it's in the little veal, place, with the little cart, the little crate, and a little tiny little area outside where it's allowed, and then it's a little fence. So it's put obviously to be put for veal, and it's heartbreaking video, but it's not graphic. So there's a big difference there. It's still very effective video. And then the voiceover is she's the director of farmed animal advocacy for animal justice. She has 2 children, so she talks about as a mother how she understands how it's a mother's greatest nightmare to lose her child.
Right.
And this happens to every dairy cow. Multiple is too even a small of a word to describe how many children they lose, or how many babies they lose. And it just goes on and it talks about they become veal, and it's really weird because the babies become the meat that the milk they were supposed to have goes on top, which is such a weird when you think about it. It's like the baby is the veal, and then the milk that baby was taken away, the baby was taken away to get that cheese that's now on top of their bodies, which is like, whoa, I never even thought about that. It's like another fucked up this is. But it goes on about, the loss that the mothers feel and like what the babies go through. And it was very effective, and I thought it was really good, especially coming from, I don't have children, but like from mothers, I think it will strike a chord with them.
Mm-hmm. It definitely will.
And I'm not a mom, but I still understand that I relate to that bond. And even if I knew this now, I'd be like, oh, that's horrible, even though I don't have that personal experience in my life with like a child. So it's a really good video. Send it around if you think, somebody might be affected by it. Like I said, it's not graphic, but it's very moving. It's powerful. It's a powerful video.
Where can people find it on the internet?
It's on the Huffington Post, but there will be a link in the show notes to the article. And I don't know, it doesn't really say what the title of it is. If the video itself has a...
How long is it?
It's like just under 4 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
So it's not bad.
I could suffer through that because I was thinking about it, and I can't watch the graphic videos either, but I also would not be able to watch something like this, I don't think. Like, I watched a video by someone called Bite Size Vegan.
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah.
She did one that was the mother-child bond, and it just made me cry. I just like
yeah,
bawled.
This was not this. I was like, I watched it at work, and I was like, okay, like get it together. Like it's effective. Let's put it that way. And if you are eating dairy, you need to see this. You know what I mean? So especially if you're a mother.
But a 4-minute video is totally reasonable to send to people.
Yeah.
Like a longer
You're not sending
video,
them earthlings.
Yeah, a longer video I would never expect somebody to watch unless I sat down and watched it with them, and I can't bring myself to do that because I'm too much of a wuss. So
right.
Yeah, so this is perfect.
Yeah,
you can just share it in an email.
That's why I thought this was kind of special, because stuff like this comes out, a new video about animal cruelty or whatever, with a bunch of different like perspectives on, all kinds of things come out all the time. But this caught my eye because of the reasons I just talked about.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good one to watch yourself, because it did give me new perspectives, even on things, things I'm already for, obviously anti-dairy industry, but it did give you a little more to think about. So even if you are a vegan already, so. Okay, so the next story is from the Center for Science in the Public Interest. So the headline is Cancer Warning Label Urged for Processed Meat and Poultry. So the CSPI cites evidence linking processed meat and poultry to increased risk of colon cancer. We've talked about this previously, how processed meats, bacon, sausage, stuff like that, ham, hot dogs have been labeled as carcinogens and, have been linked to increased risk of colon, rectum, and a bunch of other different cancers that are not good, obviously. So the Center for Science in the Public Interest, which this is on their website, has started a petition that was filed on December 1st, so a month ago, when you're hearing this, a month ago. And they have filed the petition to the Department of Agriculture to require a warning label on the packages of bacon, ham, hot dogs, and other processed meat and poultry to inform consumers about the risks that, science is finding out now, that, the increased cancer risk that they could be facing if they're eating these products. And this organization is a nonprofit watchdog group, and kind of what they back up is this kind of the studies that we've already talked about months previous to this, about the International Agency for Research on Cancer, which concluded in 2015 that processed meat is carcinogenic to humans. We've talked about this before. So this is taking all that data and that research and saying, like, hey, well, how's this actually going to help people? Because not everyone hears about, it was a pretty big story, but not everybody heard about it. So this is what they're like, okay, what can we do to get this out in front of people? Every time they pick one of these items up, they need to know the risk. And that's where the warning label comes in. So the warning label would say, USDA warning. Frequent consumption of processed meat products may increase your risk of developing cancer of the colon or rectum. To protect your health, limit consumption of such products. So that's what it would say. Just like it says like on cigarettes or whatever. You need to know the risks. You can buy it and eat it, but don't say you weren't warned, because it's right there on every package you buy.
So does the article say anything about what they think the chances of this actually happening are? Because I feel like there's so much money and corruption in the meat industry that what are the chances this is...
This is on their website, the people that actually put the petition in, so I don't know. They probably are going to be like, it's, didn't give that information or a perspective on that. But they're saying that the USDA is obligated to require the industry information on, like, this information to consumers. So they're feeling like they have to do this. This is, like, the reason they exist. They're supposed to be protecting consumers from harmful things. So, yeah, well, we all know, that doesn't always happen. But, they're trying, and I hope I hope, at some level or it's in some way this gets taken seriously at the very least.
We should follow this story because I'm curious to find out if a lawsuit comes about and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this.
Bribery happens.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this because this would be oh my god, this would be huge if that ever happened. Even in a small, like, even if it was just on one type of meat or whatever, like, that get the ball rolling, and that's a big deal.
Yep.
So that's all good. Good things heading in the right direction. So the next is kind of a cute, fun story, and it's from latestvegannews.com. And it's about, I know today's New Year's Day, but we just had Christmas, and I thought this was a really cute story. It's about a new children's book, and it's the title of this article is Santa Goes Vegan in a New Children's Book. And I think kids is like, kids don't have all these, issues and beliefs. They're all taught all these about animals and how they should be. Animals are kids' heroes, and then their parents give them to eat. And that's why you see all these videos on, like, Instagram or YouTube where the kids are like, what? They're crying, and they're trying to grapple with why this is okay, because they're these beliefs are being put on them, and they know, like, what? Like, we just watched Charlotte's Web. I don't understand. Like, how is this okay? So I think these kinds of things are very important for children that want to hold on to their compassion, or vegan kids that have to kind of live in a non-vegan childhood. You know what I mean? With, like, Santa or whatever other things they're exposed to. So it's written that, because, Santa has reindeer, and they said that a lot of traditional art, Christmas art, has him whipping the reindeer, which obviously vegans don't like. So in this story, there's a new reindeer called Dana, and Dana stands up to Santa and tells him why it's not okay to, like, whip the reindeer and the plight of non-human animals in general. So, and she kind of explains things to him, and Santa, like, decides to become a vegan and go on Christmas and, be vegan. So I thought it was cute, and it's something that, like, vegan families can buy for their kids instead of pushing this, like, old Christmas propaganda, which is so much other stuff that's messed up about Christmas, but we won't even go. We'll just take the vegan thing right now. We'll just take the Santa issue. So, they can have something that they can share with their kids that isn't just, okay, this is a nice little story, but I know we don't believe anything, this is, a lot of these things in this book are wrong, and we don't believe in them, but let's, this is the Christmas books we have, So it's nice that they have this. And the author was saying that she was really touched that some families are saying, well, this is going to be our new Christmas tradition, like reading this on Christmas, because it's a vegan Christmas book that the kids can feel good about without saying, well, Mom, we don't like to hurt animals. Like, why are we reading this? It's just another confusing, conflicting viewpoint that they have to have in their world. So that's why I thought this was important. And these vegan kids books are coming out much more than they were, which I think is really important for vegan kids, and then kids that, at a young age know they don't want to live the way they've kind of been forced to. So I think I think it's gonna be really cute, and the art is really cute too. So if you go to the article, you can see a little bit of the art, and it's really cute. So good job, Santa.
My friend Amanda did some illustrations for some vegan children's books, and I think that's her plan, to continue doing that. Maybe somebody will compile a list. Maybe there's already a list of children's books that are vegan.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is, because there's not that many. More every year, which is good. But yeah, vegan parents would definitely want to know about that. I'm sure someone has looked into that. So Robin, what's been going on at the dollhouse?
Ooh, I've probably gained a good 10 pounds this season. So some of the things I've been working on are a grasshopper cake. Would you know what that is if someone said that to you?
Is it green?
It is.
Okay, would be my only guess. Does it make it like a cute little noise? I would say probably green.
So I don't know. I can't remember like at what point in my life I realized what grasshopper was, but I think there might have been some cookies in my childhood that were called grasshopper, and it's basically just chocolate and mint is what it means. And I don't think that grasshopper cake is a real thing. I kind of made that up, but I think grasshopper pie is popular, which is like a chocolate mint pie.
I've never heard that before, but I just figured green something is involved.
Yeah, you were spot
Well,
on.
the vegan one anyway. I'm sure someone's ate a grasshopper pie somewhere in Georgia or something. I'm sorry if you're from Georgia.
Oh, that's so not nice. So the grasshopper cake was green thanks to Color Kitchen Foods, who is my new favorite vegan food coloring because it's all natural. And it was basically just a chocolate cake with mint filling, a 2-layer cake with mint filling and mint icing, and it had chocolate mints or mint chocolates on top that were in the shape of Hello Kitty and friends.
I do like mint and chocolate together.
They're so good.
I do like it. It's a
combination.
good combo. Yeah.
What's
I'm a
your
fan.
favorite chocolate plus something combination?
Oh, that's hard.
I know.
Because I'm not like obsessed with chocolate, but I do like chocolate with.
Yeah.
Chocolate and marshmallow, chocolate and strawberry.
Oh, interesting.
I love. Chocolate and mint, as we just said.
Are we naming an order, or are these just your top 3?
No order.
Okay, you don't have an order of preference?
Not at the moment.
I have a hard time ordering my top 3 also. I think mine are chocolate peanut butter, chocolate coconut, and chocolate mint.
Okay. Chocolate and coconut, I could take it or leave it. Chocolate and peanut butter is up there, too. Oof, I can't believe I forgot that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Wait, is it above chocolate strawberry or below? You don't have to order them. I just want you to.
I would say probably above slightly,
okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think so.
Depends on mood, There are all moods for all the different ones. Like, what do you feel like? So in different moods, some taste better than others.
What's your mood today? Like right now, if you could pick
I don't want any of them because I ate like 15 cookies yesterday. That's my mood today. Like, sugar, stay away.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my mood today.
Well, that's a good segue to the other thing that I made in the dollhouse kitchen. So for anyone who doesn't follow us on Instagram, we went to a cookie exchange yesterday, which yesterday to us is not yesterday to you.
Yeah, it wasn't on New Year's Eve.
We're recording this in advance. And so we went to a vegan cookie exchange where Ashley was quite the overachiever and made 2 kinds of cookies. And
we were supposed to make 2, otherwise I wouldn't have done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were supposed to.
I broke the rules. Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
It's all right. Yours were way more labor intensive, so I don't think I would have been like, are you crazy? Made these and then made another one? No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to attend.
You got a hall pass on that one.
So yeah, my cookies took about 24 hours. I did take a break to work and to sleep and to go to one event. Yeah, and I went to the bathroom.
You didn't have to wear a catheter or anything?
No, I didn't wear a diaper while I made these cookies. But I made them unicorn shaped and decorated them so that they had rainbow manes and tails.
Yeah, they were very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're very cute.
If anybody wants to,
I kind of felt bad like eating their head.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I felt bad. They were so pretty. It was like I didn't want to eat them, but I did.
I ate them from the butt first because it made me feel less bad.
Oh, okay. But then I felt like it was less cruel to just bite the head off, and then it's over.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because if you bite their butt off, they could still be alive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just tried to just be like,
they're
it tastes
still
good.
alive no matter what. In our bellies, they're still alive.
They're just galloping around right now.
Yeah, exactly. They're happy.
Okay.
The happiness lives on. So the unicorn cookies and the grasshopper cake are both up on the website at vegandollhouse.com if you want to make them yourself or just check them out. And they're on Instagram. And I also remade my pot pie recipe and took pictures of it.
I love a good pot pie.
Yeah.
With like a nice crispy crust. I know you don't like crust.
I don't like crust.
But I do.
So the remarkable thing about mine is that it's biscuits instead of crust.
Oh, but I'm okay with that too because I love a good biscuit.
I do love biscuits.
I do love biscuits.
I'm such a
So
sucker.
I'd be okay with that. That's the one time I'd be like, okay.
Do you often get biscuits and gravy when you go to brunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love biscuits and gravy. Yeah.
You know who makes a really good biscuit? Have you had the Hella Vegan Eats biscuit?
Yeah, because I've had their biscuit, like chicken biscuit sandwich or whatever.
It's good.
They
Make
don't
a really good
They don't make
biscuit.
that enough. I've only had it a few times. 'Cause every time they have it, I get it. But they don't always make it, so
Yeah, it's delicious.
it's a good biscuit.
So the vegan pot pie with biscuits instead of crust. And then my final thing that I've been really excited about, which there aren't any recipes that I've posted because I haven't quite delved in that deep, but I got an air fryer. And it is my favorite new thing. I'm air frying everything in sight. This morning
The remote, the cat. No.
Well, do you see a cat around here?
That's where the cat went.
So I've been doing vegetables. I did some fried mushrooms, which actually I don't think came out as good as some of the other things. So I'm still experimenting. I'm in the experimental phase. But it does tofu really well. It obviously does potatoes really well, which it's perfect because the amount of time it takes me to make tofu scramble is the amount of time it takes it to make the potatoes that go on the side. So it's like a very good breakfast.
You got a
medley.
new little kitchen treat. I got a food processor finally.
We're so domesticated.
It's like I'm way behind, on the food processor thing, but I finally got one. It was cheap, so we'll see how it goes.
What brand is it? Oh, we're not sponsored by this brand to talk about it. I was just curious.
It's a big brand, but I with an H,
Hamilton Beach.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
it was
that
like well
might not
reviewed.
last you too long, but
Well,
you don't use it that much, right?
I've only used it. Well, I just got it. I used it once.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like invest in like a really expensive one. I don't know how much I'm going to use it, if I really care.
Yeah.
So it's a good starter.
Yeah.
Starter
Yeah.
food processor. We'll see. So far, so good. But
Yeah, actually, you might find yourself using it more now that you have it because chopping a lot of vegetables takes so long when you do it by hand, but when you do it in the food processor, it's so much faster.
I have thought about that. Yeah. So we'll see. I might burn it out before I need another one.
Then
but
you'll earn yourself a good
I'm not
one.
up to air fryer level yet.
Oh.
I'm just a food processor.
Well, if
I just
you'd
got
like
my food
to come over
food
and
processor
play with
badge.
mine. We could make up little kitchen badges.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder where like soft serve machine comes because
Is that like at the top?
I really want one.
Ice cream maker?
I didn't even work at this place. My best friend worked at this place when I was in high school, and I just would go to work with her because I wanted to hang out with her, which is so strange because I didn't get paid, but I would just stand back there and scoop ice cream for people not getting paid. I just had that much fun hanging out with my friend. And so it was called 2000 Flavors. And obviously they didn't have 2,000 tubs of ice cream. So what you would do is you would like pick out, I want strawberries, blackberries, and chocolate chips. And then you would put it in with the vanilla.
Right.
And it would come out soft serve. And
Oh,
it was
that's
just like
cool.
this crazy machine. And you'd like pull the lever to like mash the stuff. And then pull the lever and it would come out as ice cream. And it was remarkable. And I would love to have the badge for that and own it.
That's pretty cool. That's like serious.
I'm concerned about the amount of space it would take up.
Yeah.
I need to like somehow convert my bathtub into storage for kitchen appliances. If anyone has any recommendations on how to do that,
You don't
please
have a
email me.
problem. That's completely normal.
Very normal.
Okay.
So now it's time for Wag or Whimper, which is our new segment where we talk about something new that we've tried and decide if it made us wag or whimper. So the product that I tried out isn't actually a product. It is a cookbook, so I hope it counts.
It counts.
All right.
It's whatever we want it to be because we made this up.
So the cookbook is called The Super Fun Times Vegan Holiday Cookbook by Isa Chandra.
Moskowitz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for help on that. And I have only made one recipe, but it was hot dogs, and they tasted exactly like hot dogs should taste. So the taste was perfect, spot on. The consistency was not quite there, but the fact that I actually made hot dogs and it wasn't that difficult, I thought was pretty nice. And I've been flipping through it, and a lot of them look inspiring to me. And I look through a lot of cookbooks, and most of them are very uninspiring.
So this was a holiday cookbook that had hot dogs in it?
Yes, because the holiday, it was under Super Bowl, I think.
Oh, that
So-
doesn't count.
Yeah,
But,
so
okay.
there's all the like traditional holidays, and then there's also some chapters for some non-traditional celebratory events that you would
I'll
make
give you
food
that.
for.
Oh my god. Okay.
And I'm just guessing that that's what it was under. But I definitely, out of all the cookbooks that I've looked at this month, which is probably like between 5 and 10, this is the one that I would consider giving as a gift, getting for myself. I think it's a winner.
Yeah, if you feel good about giving it to someone else, that's a good recommendation.
Yeah. And
Of
so
how much you like it.
the Super Fun Times Vegan Holiday Cookbook made me wag.
So I also tried something new today. My husband and I got vegan cuts, the vegan cuts box, the snack box. So he tried a little sample of this item, were the rice chips from Lundberg Family Farms.
Which flavor did you get?
Initially it was the smoky maple, which he really liked. So we went next time we were in Whole Foods. We got the actual bag of them. And he got the sriracha ones. So I don't know if all of them are vegan. Those two are vegan, but we didn't go further. I'm looking at their website now, and they have like a honey Dijon. I don't know about that, but so read the backs, when you try these out. But we tried those two, the sriracha and the smoky maple, and they were both very good.
Is it smoky maple taste bacony?
No, they're like a little sweet.
Okay.
They're just a little sweet. Didn't get any bacony hint
Okay.
from the stuff. Let me just.
And are the sriracha ones spicy? Like, would they be spicy to me?
To you, yeah. Yeah, they would be. For you, they'd be spicy. Me, they were like comfortable. Like they tasted good. I wasn't like I need to like take a break
Right.
before I eat the rest of them. They were
Yeah.
good.
Have you tried the habanero ones from late July?
No,
Okay. I
that
was
was
wondering how they
going to be
compare.
yeah.
Because I really like I mean, they're so good. They're bacon habanero by late July, and I would say that they're probably my favorite of the like tortilla style chip. But they're quite spicy for me. I can only eat a few.
Yeah, for you, these probably would be spicy.
Okay.
But for like the average spice tolerance, they're fine. They're gluten free. I'm actually looking at the smoky maple are gluten free, non-GMO, whole grain, and what's the U stand for? Kosher. And they're kosher in case you're interested. But those are the two flavors I've tried, and they were really good. Like, we keep going back for more. So the rice chips, smoky maple flavor, and sriracha flavor made me wag.
So we're super excited because we have Yavil with us today. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks. Excited.
So your Instagram is Yavivi Artistry.
Yeah.
And
Artistry.
for people who are local to the Bay Area, you do vegan makeup.
Yes.
And so anyone can come see you at your studio called Posh Studio?
Posh Makeup Studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you also travel to do makeup? Or when I
Yeah.
see all your traveling, is it just for fun?
No, I mean, it's for fun and for work, but my studio is more, it's not like an open store where I could just see people every day. It's more appointment based. So it's
Okay.
like just my place where I do my art. Yeah.
Okay, so if someone just showed up, then that wouldn't be a good plan.
No. There's
Not
nobody there.
recommended.
I know. Sometimes I've been there like doing makeup and someone shows up. I'm like, oh, like, what if I wasn't here? Yeah, so it's by appointment only.
What is the best way for people to make appointments?
They can email me at poshmakeupstudios@gmail.com.
So I was wondering if you could just give us kind of like an overview of what your life is like. Not really, everything. You can leave out anything private, but like,
Tell us about the day you were born.
Yeah, what's really, what is it like being you?
Is that a serious question?
It is.
What is it like being?
Mostly like, okay, so if someone were to ask you like, what were your highlights of this past week, for instance?
Okay, so this past week, during the week, I'll see clients for brows. I'll do brows a lot. I do brow threading. Sometimes I'll do one-on-one makeup lessons with people. And I'm also in an agency, so I got booked I was at in Los Altos the other day doing a commercial shoot for PayPal. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I go with them. I'm gonna be going with them for the rest of the year, maybe like a couple times a month. And then on the weekends, I see like a bride, or I'll just have my special occasions. Right now, like November, December, it's more special occasions, people that just need makeup to go out. And then my boyfriend, he's a DJ, so he DJs at, here locally, like electronic music. So we're constantly doing that, or we'll go out to LA if he gets booked out there. And so that's kind of like what my lifestyle is. I don't drink or smoke, so it makes it really easy to do it all.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like, how can I travel so much? It's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have all these vices.
Yeah.
Vegan food is my vice, and traveling. So there you go.
Right?
That's how it works.
Yeah. You
And
can do a lot.
Yeah.
So when you are doing things like for PayPal or through the agency, do people know that you're using vegan products?
It's a way for me to pretty much introduce like veganism to people. So they don't know, but if there's something they like, they ask me what it is, and I tell them all about it. And then that's how we start with the conversation.
That's the end.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's such a great way to like help people make that connection with someone, because we can relate on this common thing that we both like, and then I can, tell them a little more about the diet, about like why it's great or whatever. And so it's
Nice.
How long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan for a year, but I was vegetarian for six years. Yeah.
That's similar to me. I was
Yeah.
vegetarian for 5 years, and I've been vegan for 5 now as well. But I was vegetarian for quite a while before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you were vegetarian, were you using cruelty-free makeup or
No,
Oh, okay.
I just wasn't knowledgeable.
Right.
It was more for, I don't want to eat animals, and that's it. Like, I didn't really look deep into it.
Right,
It was really like Cowspiracy and Earthlings that really like woke me up and like made me realize, man, there's just more to it than this. And then after that,
Down the rabbit hole.
yeah, seriously.
never to return.
Seriously. And I used to work for MAC Cosmetics too. I was freelancing for them, and I got with them because initially they were on the PETA page as a cruelty-free brand, and then like once I became vegan, and once I really looked into it and looked into what brands were really cruelty-free, I realized they weren't. So then I stopped working for them, and then that's when I started cleaning out my kit and started like everything I purchased from then on was now cruelty-free and vegan, and I'm still doing it. I mean, I still have a couple like MAC things in my kit that are there, but of course, if I get a client who's vegan, I have a whole kit ready for them. I actually have a kit ready for someone who wants like glam but wants it to be vegan and cruelty-free, say like using Anastasia Beverly Hills products, a little more full coverage stuff, or I have someone that's more of the eco side that wants more non-toxic, more just healthy stuff, So I have like depending on my client, I have what they need ready for them. Yeah.
Yeah, we had an interview with Sunny from Vegan Beauty Review only like a few months ago. And they were talking about like, oh, the toxic this and that and nail polish. I'm like, what?
I know.
Like, what are you? I didn't even. I was like,
Think about
in
it.
my mind. Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Yeah.
it's
So I
crazy.
know you're really into like that, especially with like cosmetics and nail stuff, everything you do. Yeah.
Yeah, with my own makeup that I wear now, it's just all like toxic free stuff. I use a lot of 100% pure. I love Pacifica.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I haven't found any foundations from those two that really go with like my kind of skin tone. So I use Cover FX, which is great. It's just not as like non-toxic as 100% pure and stuff, but it's still a really great product and paraben free, and you can get it at Sephora, and they have a wide range of colors from the lightest to the darkest, and that's usually what I use for my more like full coverage stuff, my more full coverage clients that want like the really glam looks and whatever. I use the Cover FX.
Oh, nice. So you've mentioned a lot of products that sound awesome and that I'm definitely going to check out after this. But I wonder how often you try new things that are coming out versus how often you tend to stick with things that you already know are tried and true.
I'm constantly trying new things.
Really?
I've always been a makeup junkie, so I love trying and playing with like all the new products. That's why I really like following like pages on Instagram, like Vegan Makeup Share, the ones that introduce new things, and I just I try them on myself first, and then if I like it, then I start using them on my clients. Yeah. And for the most part, I use them even on like clients that just don't even care about whether it's vegan or not. So, but it's a good way to start a conversation on it, on the topic.
Yeah, totally. What do you think your percentage is of like how many clients are vegan or vegetarian versus omnivores?
To be honest, like it's not, I don't really have many vegan clients right now. Yeah. Yeah. I guess probably because I've been just introducing it in the last year with my business, but regardless, I'm still gonna do it, and I'm still gonna change my kit out and everything and talk to people about it, because it's what my intention is to bring the message to people that just have no idea.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great to have vegan clients.
Yeah,
but you don't need to preach to the choir.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good thing.
So you're like the Hampton Creek of makeup.
Yeah, I've had a couple people that are like, "Oh wow, you're vegan! I had no idea. That's cool." Or I had Maria, the vegan goddess. I think that's her name on Instagram. She's from here in the Bay Area, and I had her too. She was pretty. It was pretty exciting doing her makeup and doing all vegan products on her, and yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, I was saying that when I was stalking you on the internet, I found your Yelp page for Posh Makeup Studios, and you have a really, really good review. I mean, every single review is 5 stars. And so I feel like, in general, I never see that, except for Tina of Vava Vroom Salon. Do you know Tina?
No.
So she's our local vegan hair.
You know, I feel like I haven't looked into it, but I feel like I've heard of her.
Okay.
I feel like people have mentioned she uses like a specific hair product that you can only go to her to get it at. I think maybe she's probably the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to introduce you at some point. But I'm wondering if that means that you have the perfect job and that you never get people who are mean, and I basically should have gone into a different career.
No, that's not true. I do get people that are mean, but I feel like
you're working with brides.
Yes.
Yeah,
there's no way
how are
that
they all
goes
5 stars?
I have had
No
the
way.
bridezillas. Yeah. But I think just because I'm so easy to work with and understanding that it just, I don't know, I like to get to the root of the problem. I don't like to, because what I do see in like the makeup world, a lot of people will, like artists will like to judge or like just blame the anger on them, and then it'll just, keep snowballing, like oh, she's mad and then that's not cool, so I'm not gonna give her this or whatever. But I'm more of like, no, like where's that coming from? Like, let's figure this out. Like, what is it that you want? I really learned all my customer service skills from working in the medical industry. I was working for Palo Alto Medical Foundation for several years, and working there like really helped me develop like really good people skills. Nice. Customer service. Like, you had to be on your A game. Like, you had managers following you into exam rooms, making sure you were like saying everything to the T. And so like that mixed with like my love for makeup and my art, like I feel like it just made a good combination for a good business and helped me
get 5 stars.
Get 5 stars. Yeah, exactly.
Well, if I was rating you on this podcast interview, I would give you 5 stars. I have
5
to say.
unicorn cookies.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's our
5 headless unicorn cookies. Yeah.
No, buttless.
We all have our differences in life, Robin.
Okay, so I do have one last question, which is, if we have any listeners that are kind of making that transition that you recently have made to trying to purchase more, I guess you call it like cleaning out your makeup kit, basically. So they're trying to like purchase more cruelty-free and more vegan makeup. Do you have any advice for them on like how to start?
Yeah, I would definitely suggest following pages like Vegan Makeup Share or Logical Harmony. And especially Logical Harmony is a good one because she posts on her blog what companies are cruelty-free, if their parent company is cruelty-free, if they have vegan products, if it's in the gray area. And I feel like that's that's what helped me make the transition a lot easier, because then I knew where to go. And she updates her list too, and so if they've changed anything, and if you follow their Instagrams, they update them too and let you know if like, for unfortunately Too Faced right now is now no longer cruelty free.
No!
So or they are cruelty free, sorry, but they sold to
They have a parent company.
Estee Lauder.
So
now.
that's depending on your whatever.
It's whatever you feel is. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm in the mix of things, because I think Pia is saying right now that we should support companies that still do that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like,
why would you when there's other ones to
there's
support?
There's other ones, right? Like, that's another company that I love is, I have to mention them, Lunatic Cosmetics. They're great, and like their pigmentation is like comparable to the old MAC shadows I used to use, and their packaging is super cute too. Like all these, yeah. So I mean, you can support the indie companies, even though these big ones are selling out to Estee Lauder and L'Oreal. There's so many other options to go with, and but yeah. So following those pages, maybe following my own, and I don't really post on product, but I post more on my looks, and I'll put everything that I used underneath the looks that I.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
no, I like that.
Yeah, because I feel like there's not really many artists that are doing that. Like, well, that's really what most of the Instagrammer artists are doing is, posting their makeup work and their looks and what they use, but not many use a lot of cruelty-free vegan stuff. So I just want people to see that you could still be glam with cruelty-free vegan products.
Yeah. There's a girl, Amy, who used to live in the Bay Area, and she moved, but she's Shrinkle on the internet, and she does what you're talking about, where she takes a picture of her makeup and then lists all the things, all the products she uses. Yeah. She just recently went vegan. She didn't used to be, but that means now her makeup line is vegan, which is nice.
Oh, that's awesome. What's her name?
Shrinkle.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so her company is called Sugar Pill Cosmetics.
Yeah, that's been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah. So it might not have been vegan when it first started, but now it's 100%? Yeah, now she's converted, I think so. But anyway, I think as a way to communicate how the products that you're using, I like that idea of like seeing the look, because you get to see it on someone, first of all, to see how it looks. And the fact that they're wearing it means, I don't know, I think it gives it some validity, maybe. Yeah.
And I want people to see too, because when I started doing makeup, I always wanted to make sure that I knew how to do makeup on every skin tone. Like, I didn't want to, because sometimes I would see artists that just knew how to do one ethnicity, and I wanted to make sure I did all of them. And so that's what's great with this vegan makeup. I can show people that with no matter what skin tone, you can find vegan products to suit your style or look or color, whatever. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So people probably want to follow you on social media. Can you remind us all what your social media accounts are?
Yes, it's Yavivi Artistry.
And that's Instagram and Twitter?
Instagram. I don't have a Twitter, so it's just Instagram. And Yavivi on Snapchat. And Vegan My Heart's my personal one, but I post a lot of I mean, it's not like it's personal.
It's personal.
We know what you mean.
It's all
It's just like,
it's all tits and ass.
It's just, it's just like me, vegan, whatever, and like I go to a lot of raves and stuff, and so I post a lot of stuff like that on there. And if you're interested in it, go ahead and follow it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super glad that you came. It was so nice meeting you in person. And do you have any final words for anyone?
Thank you guys. Go vegan. Choose cruelty-free. Your vanity doesn't need to cost an animal's life. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway for today. Okay, and that wraps up episode 15. So if anyone's listening on YouTube or iTunes and they want to rate us, we would love it. And you can leave us comments. And you can find us at dollsanddonuts.com, or on Twitter we are dolls_donuts, and on Instagram we are dolls&donuts. And Ashley, where can they find you?
So you can find everything for me on theveganadventure.com, and the Chicago Post is up right now. So the Berlin one maybe or not be up. I'll surprise myself. We'll see, because I spent a lot of time in airplanes over the last couple weeks, so some stuff will be up there.
Oh, I love Berlin. You're going to have so much to write about in Berlin. I'm so jealous.
God, I know.
It's weird that you didn't say that in an excited way.
I just mean, like, I'm going to be so full. I'm just thinking about being full.
It's such a good. It's such a good thought.
Yeah, I'm like gonna be happy about eating it, but then I'm gonna be like "Ugh," afterwards. But
Is
I'm
there
like
a lot of food
walking
out
so
there?
much.
A lot of vegan food?
Oh, it's so vegan friendly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's really
It's
vegan
the
friendly.
vegan capital of Europe, so there's lots.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't know
And
that.
it's not an expensive place to go, which makes it even nicer because I feel like the other cities that are vegan friendly are more pricey. It's kind of like vegan friendly and affordable, which makes it perfect.
Oh yeah, there's. I mean, I can
Wow,
only.
I need
We're
to
only
go
gonna be
to
there. Yeah, we're only gonna be there for like, well, half a day, and then 2 in between. Like so, 2 full days. But you can't
yeah.
even scratch the surface.
No, you'll just barely make a dent.
I wanted
Yeah.
to go for the party scene.
Yeah.
So
No,
now
we're-
there's food
we're-
involved. Like,
yeah.
That's even better.
We're the like, okay, 9:30, gotta go to bed because we want to get up at 6 and work out and then go for the walking tour at 9 a.m. Like, we're like
Yeah.
old people like that, but
Oh, we want to do that too.
Yeah.
like, oh, we gotta get up early for that. We gotta be first line at the museum
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. That's,
Yeah. Well, the
that's
thing
how I
about-
do it.
I
For
feel
sure.
like in Europe, what I wasn't used to is that the partying doesn't kind of end like it does here.
Oh, right.
Like I
That's
feel like
true. That's why you're
here,
saying that.
most places around 2 a.m.
Yeah.
are closing.
It starts
whereas
over there at 2
there,
a.m.
yeah, it's all night. I mean, like I came out of one place and it was daylight, and I was like, "What
Yeah.
planet am I on?"
I guess I'd have to plan it probably like one day and then like
Yeah.
nature the other days. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
lots
cool.
of planning.
Food.
So it'll be fun, and you'll hear all about it in the next episode.
Yeah, and if you want to find anything that I've been talking about, you can find me at Vegan Dollhouse everywhere. And bye! Dolls and donuts, dolls and donuts. We are 2 dolls, we like animals. As a bonus, we eat donuts.